Hello, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to our friends around the globe. Welcome to Speed Gaming 3 for an opening round playoff match here, Game 1 in this best of 3 series between Shinmaru and Gridasham. I am Arya Stark, 2942, and I'm joined on comms and tracking by Pixcalibur. How are you today, Pixcalibur?
Doing pretty good. Early morning here, so excited to see a good casual boots match here with Shinmaru and Gridasham.
Yeah, two very solid players. Um, both finished second in their groups. In group stages, Shinmaru tied for first in Group T, lost a tight tiebreaker race against Jay Meisher. Gridasham was second in Group AI. So it should be pretty competitive. 88 players made the playoff field. The top 40 group winners had buys into the round of 64. There's a long way to go, and again, this is Group 1. I mean, this is Game 1 of 3, or potentially 3 in this series. And that's it's pretty nice. Find a second sword immediately. It's going to make the escape sequence even easier for these two players.
This will be interesting if we see an early lamp. Start really thinking about AGA access.
Who needs the lamp? Just beat the escape sequence and rush AG anyway. Bottle of Uncle, definitely nice to see here too. And a boomerang, so pretty intriguing trio of items right off the bat. Obviously there's Kaz boots, players start with the boots. We didn't even need to have the ghost sword today. They got a second sword in Link's house and gonna make their way through the escape sequence and then go from there.
Such it could be nice to actually just run through the green guards, take them out in one hit, just like what Gridasham just showed there.
Yeah, not much to worry about. Even with the blue guards, as we see from Shin, one slash and one sword beam there takes them out. And somewhere in the next 3 checks, we will find the small key. Obviously, don't need bombs for the back of escape, but you'd like to have them. And we saw from Shin that stun prize off the boomerang. It's just a single rupee, so not terribly valuable today.
Okay, that's a nice early flute, so that might be pointing straight to Kakariko early. Probably not going to be worth putting that off.
No, absolutely. They picked up not only the flute, they got a bottle too. You can clear out the entirety of Kakariko and activate the flute and have maximum mobility. So really nice start for both players. Both players taking one hit from the ball and chain, but doing a good job to keep their distance, pick up the map so they know that the small key will be in Dark Cross and there'll be 3 items in the back of escape. But again, this has already been a pretty stacked escape sequence. Second sword, flute, bottle, boomerang.
Yeah, it's kind of a lot of early utility, and yeah, probably should find more money along the way. Actually, they could just use, well, just buy bombs, or hopefully find some bombs. Use the Blind's house for some money, and the well for some little bit of extra money. Get to the bottle vendor.
Yeah, absolutely. That 50 spot is a nice starting place. And worst case scenario, again, as you noted, they're both probably going to head to CAC, activate that flute as soon as possible. If you don't have any bombs after you come through the woods, you can always bonk the rocks north of Kakariko for a bomb or two to make sure that you can clear out Blind's hut and the well, and worst case scenario, buy them, as you noted, after after you complete Kakariko.
Yeah, because the bonk one that's a guaranteed bonk, right?
Yes, yes it is. Yeah, I know that there are some players who, especially in that rat room, do like to see if they can cluster the rats, farm a few, and see if they drop bombs. Again, as we noted, you don't have to do it here. You're going to be able to bonk the back of escape. But very nice job by Shin with that key dash, staying on the grid to head through that door. Let's see, what would they pick up here in the back? Hammer, trio of bombs, and a heart.
Alright, so that's nice of those 3 bombs that kind of gets rid of that problem.
Yep.
Ooh, they had another bomb for the rat there.
Yeah, all in all, this escape sequence works out really well for both players. Just 10 arrows in the sank chest, but not everything can be a great item here. A nice time by both players.
Yeah, around the 5:30 mark. I think anything 5:30 or under is actually really good time. Good lines and all that. I think Mirror would probably cut another like maybe 30 seconds or a minute off if they get it like in the basement or something.
Yeah, absolutely. Shin checking that secondary tree pull, just 5 rupees there. The crab decided to walk away from him.
Not gonna see that one. Maybe find a different one or something. Nope, nothing on Lumberjack. Could be just 50 rupees. And the crab, okay, was nothing important. Just some arrows.
Oh, hello, hookshot in the woods.
Okay, so this seat's loading up a lot of the big utility stuff early, so we'll see, hopefully, maybe find a mirror or something at some point.
Yeah. I mean, right now, activate the flute and go beat Hera. We have no idea if it's a pendant or crystal. Might not even be in logic. Could beat it though.
Oh yeah, they do have access to Hera. It's the back door.
I definitely saw 5-6 crystal in Eastern and regular crystal Hera. I did not spot desert on that quick map check. The pendant.
I believe it was a blue pendant.
Oh well, yeah, both players had messages to Gamachu in their file names, and they have found the fillet under 8 minutes in, so I think it's a successful seed on that front. And the boots.
Well, even we started with no boots, wouldn't have taken that long.
Yeah, they can finally go fast. Alright, we got a glove in the well, so Pearl away from Dark World access. And the book, which is Shin's favorite item, so he's surely elated to have found that this early.
Yeah, this is a pretty stacked starting point here. There's a lot of utility stuff dropping.
It really is. And again, just Pearl from Dark World access. I guess the major positive is, again, both players did see Lumberjack, know that that ag is not needed for that. The odds are that ag is not going to be required, which is definitely a worry, as he noted early. Like, picking up that second sword right off the bat. It's like, oh really, we're going to do this? But yeah, there's a lot open here.
It's secured with nothing. I'm assuming Gridasham activated flute already, or did they not activate it?
I didn't see Grid activate the flute. Doesn't mean he didn't, but I didn't see it.
Yeah, definitely going back into the race game.
Yeah, absolutely. And Grid with a little bit of a muscle memory there. Throwing the bomb to break the wall in the brother's house.
It's like, can I just break it down? There we go. Just break it down with the boots.
Well, I've definitely done that. I've definitely done it in Saha's hut with the boots. Yeah, so Grid is heading back into Kakariko.
Yeah, I think he's just remembering now.
Shin's gonna head to the mountain. Right now, saving the old man. Technically not in logic, but there is so much that's open here right now.
Yeah, the only thing, maybe an obstacle they do here is just they don't have a fire source yet, so you have to hope the basement doesn't have an item.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, it would be amusing if the old man, let's say, drops Pearl here. It would be kind of amusing. No, just a art piece. Because that would take out Agar 1. There's no way to put it in because you would need the lamp.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, bow on Spectacle Rock. So obviously, ideal situation here for both players is going to be hoping to find a mirror up here on the mountain.
Yeah, you just route that in. Probably wouldn't care as much if hair basement. They can at least come back to it easier with a mirror.
Shin heading into Paradox, Grid about to follow suit. Shin picking up the shovel, which is yet another thing to potentially check in the overworld here. Alright, the mitts on the mountain. Again, a little bit bittersweet because the players do not presently have the Moon Pearl, so you'd love to be able to clear the entire mountain at once if you can, but that is not presently an option afforded to them. A floating island is not going to be required. So Shin's gonna head back to west side of the mountain. Grid likely follows suit. We're gonna get our first look at Ether Tablet and then into Hera. And Hera beatable. Even if it may be out of logic, we'll see where the big key is.
Yeah, they only get the small key, then it's... I mean, they can still beat it, but it's not in logic.
Yeah, and again, both players left so much down. That's the start. Okay.
Okay, yeah, that's good. So at least it is beatable.
Yeah, maximizes the chance of being able to avoid Hera basement. That's item 1. And it's not item 2.
Down to the 50-50. So there could be the item, or I believe it's a compass. Yeah, but it should be compass. You just got the map, so...
Yeah, and with the volume of stuff that they have out here in the world, I don't think either player is terribly enthused about the prospect of coming back to Hera Basement.
Yeah, it's never a good check. Just for one check. Maybe if you route Spike Cave, and that alone itself is a bad check. Oh boy, there we go. Of course the seed will do that one.
Yeah.
Nothing they can do about it.
Yep, and it is a quick crystal 16 minutes into the game, so you'll definitely take that. It'll be interesting to see if Shin or Grid heads over to Spiral Cave just to be thorough and lay. It looks like Shin will at the very least.
Now, if they find a fire source here, it's interesting what they're going to do with that. They're probably not going to go back.
Nah, especially without the mirror. It's just a roundabout way to go there, but... Yeah, very nice Moldorm kills for both players here. Just a piece of heart in Spiral Cave. So, save and quit on Shin's side. Starting at Sank, so it's probably going to do a quick King's Tomb check with those mitts.
Yeah. I'm kind of wondering if something like Houlihan might be on their minds. Kind of close to Zora money.
Yeah, you're close enough that, at least for me, in Shin's spot especially, I would be willing to take the chance of going, like, damn to Ice Rod Cave and figure that I could get 52 rupees in that span. Shin is going to give us our first look at the shovel here.
Yeah, kind of like this. It's like you get a fetch quest item. I feel like you want to just get it out of the way because it's easy to forget that you have a fetch quest item that has progression because you get caught up with other things.
Yeah, I totally agree. Super early fetch quests. And maybe it's just, bias and visibility, but it definitely feels like they have stuff at a higher frequency than one might think. Nothing there on Shovel, though. Nothing on Desert Ledge either for Shin. Yep, Grid is doing what you noted, though. Setting up a Houlihan here.
Yeah, Gino with just a little bit more money. Okay, there's Houlihan, gonna get all the cash. So, might be doing South Shore. Probably gonna do mini Moldorm stuff next, just route like from the south. And Shin doing the same thing, looks to be going towards Mini Moldorm.
Yeah, you've got 8 checks prior to setting up that potential water walk to the Zora area. Grid taking the route of certainty with that Houlihan, and there's the Pearl.
Hey,
All
there
right.
we go. Okay. Just sitting there free for us. Yeah, I got one. Not much of a chance here. It was put on life support pretty quickly, and just there it is. Moon Pearl just sitting there. Free item.
Yeah, that's just the one little bit of feels bad for the players is you think in retrospect, oh, I could have come here before I went to the mountain, and then knocked out the entirety of Dark Death Mountain. But again, hindsight's 2020. And plenty of money in Mini Moldorm Cave, and save and quit from Shin though. I'm gonna guess that this. Oh, he might be taking this right back to Dark Death Mountain here, actually.
Yeah, the bow is dead. That's kind of requires a mirror, so we need that.
Oh, or unless you go to Ice Rod Cave, find the other bow. Pendant Swamp, Green Pendant Thieves. Yeah, that works out very well for Gridasham, unless Mirror is up here for Shin. There's Ice Rod Cave. It's been a little bit isolated here. Shin's going to have a good amount of stuff in Dark World.
Was that the other bow?
Yes, in Ice Rod. It was,
okay.
yeah.
See that one. Okay.
Yeah, Grid picked that up. Shin finding nothing in Super Bunny.
Well, let's see if Gridasham's gonna try to splash delete this. Well, at least you get some refund on that.
It looked like Bombos there on Shin's side for TR. Alright, so the Fire Rod in Hookshot Cave, that is intriguing. It's the one thing that came out of that mountain dive for Shin. Grid, however, has the bow. He's going to head to Saha here, likely knock out Eastern.
Right, closet with nothing. That Fire Rod, I mean, obviously it's hard required, but at this point it might not do a whole lot.
Yeah, it is going to afford Shin the opportunity to beat Skullwoods. Just a couple pieces of Heart and Meyer Shed and Bombos, I think, for both of those.
Yeah, so it's another Bombos, so just a double Bombos for the crystals.
So we got Grid giving us our first look of Eastern, picking up the blue mail on the first check. Shin's going to head to Hype Cave here. there's that Bombos medallion that's required for those 2 entry points.
Okay, so that's at least some hype. I think that was the only major item found there, but since that's hard required for 2 crystals, it'll give some high points.
Yeah, and Shin does have knowledge of both of those, so he's definitely likely relieved to have found that Bombos medallion so quickly.
Okay, so that's pretty nice. That's all 3 items for Eastern. So, Fire Rod's all it's needed to logically take that out. That's a, okay, quick dig game there, I guess.
Yeah. Shin's saving and quitting here, which is a little bit interesting. Thought he might use those mitts to go north into Village of Outcasts. Very nice job in the dark room there in Eastern by Gridasham.
Now, looks like Shin gonna be doing more of the light world, gonna also follow suit in Eastern. Doesn't have that bow, though, from Ice Rod Cave.
Yeah, this might just be a Saha dive here. Shin's been largely thorough thus far, but unfortunately for him at the moment, skipping Ice Rod Cave a bit problematic. Meanwhile, Gridasham, very nice, quick Armos kill for his 2nd crystal.
Ooh, which way is he going here? I would have thought that just take a quick check of that Ice Rod Cave.
Oh, we getting an early ice play? We are.
Okay, wow, that's that's pretty bold to just run straight in there. I mean, it is. Well, no, it's not logically full clear with them. Technically, there's no flippers, but it may not be required here since Swamp is a pendant. So I can see the logic here why Shin would try this.
Yeah, especially with Samaria, with Icebreaker, you're basically going to clear it the same way regardless whether you know, are in logic or not. So if you have confidence in your Cold Stare fight, you're going to be able to access these items pretty easily.
And I don't think magic should be a big issue. I mean, they got Bombos, and then they have that bottle from the beginning.
Yeah, that's true. Grid's heading back up the mountain, which is gonna be good for him here. We'll pick up that fire rod in Hookshot Cave. It looks like he's gonna open the TR portal too.
Will be interesting if Grid decides to scout TR.
Yeah, especially after you find that fire rod. I mean, there's a little bit that you can do. I definitely like it more with mirror than without. But oh, Grid doesn't help. Also doesn't have Bombo, so he can't even get in right now.
Oh yeah, he hasn't done High Cave.
Yeah, my guess here is more than anything else, Shin's probably hunting for mirror. Again, has knowledge of that bow. We have knowledge, Grid has knowledge of that second bow, but Shin does not.
Kind of surprising because I mean, Ice Rock Cave isn't as annoying in this setup. You got flute, you got boots. It doesn't take too long to take a quick check to the cave.
Yeah, especially after coming out of Mini Moldorm Cave with enough money for the Zora area.
Alright, so it looked like Ice Palace, nothing in there. All 3 items were just empty.
At the very least, it is a crystal. Yeah, certainly not what Shin was hoping for here. Meanwhile, Grid is going to give us our first look at the Village of Outcasts surrounding area.
Yes, the other bow is on Spec Rock, so just mirror locked. A bumper ledge is nothing, so that's good. He knows he's not gonna have to go back to get that cape at any point.
Yeah, definitely good news for Gridasham there. And because he made that trip up the mountain, he can complete Skull Woods here. Shin's gotta be a little bit careful. And good job
Ooh,
there.
that's
Yeah.
a nice triple kill there.
Yeah, it's crystal number 2 for Shin. So, be interesting to see where he heads next.
Or Skull Woods for Grid. I don't think I've seen anything out of it so far.
No, I did not see anything of at least of value. Yeah, this makes sense for Shin. He's been, again, very thorough. The one unfortunate thing that he's bypassed, or the main thing, is that bow in Ice Rod Cave.
Alright, first look into Village of Outcast, starting with a bottle. And, well, Thieves Town's green pendant, so, I mean, I would think maybe, ooh, the other armor, maybe dipping the first 4 checks, if anything.
Yeah, again, it's another one that's a little bit awkward without mirror. Again, you can set up a death warp even with that blue mail and get the job done fairly quickly. But it will be interesting to see how much Shin wants to commit to this play. And if your plan is to just dip the front, you don't want to be seeing those extra dungeon items. Grid, meanwhile, dropping into Moth. Very nice. Shin finding 2 items here in the front of Thieves. And yeah, it looks like he is running out.
Yeah, only 2 out of 4. Like, just come back later, I guess. If probably be last location or something. And let's see, I think both items in Skull were in the back, so let's see what this one is. Oh, nope, nothing much in Skull Woods either.
We did get a nice muffin stash from Shin out of C-shaped house, though.
I'm actually trying to see for Go mode, is it technically, well, lamp, but these players at this stage probably don't need it. Is it really just Ice Rod?
It could be, yeah. Yeah, Ice Rod would make everything beatable here.
Yeah, because hoping Shin is going to go to Ice Rod Cave at some point, because Mirror probably can potentially be in GT. If Mirror doesn't have any other utility.
Yeah, that's true. Alright, Grid having to go all the way around, pick up the big key off the moth, come back, and get rewarded with 3 bombs.
So Skull Woods was really just there for a crystal.
Yeah, the dungeons themselves have not had much utility for these players. And we're looking to see Grid follow Shin's lead from earlier here and just fake flippering over to ice. Shin looks like he's aiming to head into Skull Woods.
Looks like Shin's stream might have, or Twitch might have frozen up a little bit there.
Yeah, hopefully we can get Shin back here soon.
Yeah, right now not missing anything on his hand. He's going through Skull Woods. Yeah, there we go. So, and Skull Woods was empty, so no progression or anything missing like that.
Yeah, it will be interested to see where these two players head after this. I mean, Grid again has that bow, which has been his advantage here for a little while. He has the opportunity to head to pod and at least have a fire source to deal with the basement too. Shin is probably hard avoiding those two areas specifically due to the lack of bow.
Yeah, he's gotta realize that one check is still gotta get to that really quick.
Yeah.
What else? Because swamp not accessible. Smith chain is not friendly without mirror.
The problem for Shin especially is he has a lot of things available, and there's no saying that the bow or the mirror has to be somewhere convenient. Because we haven't seen Desert on either player's side. We haven't seen Mire on either player's side. We haven't seen Pod on either player's side.
Yeah, because and Desert is full clearable. Mire is technically lamp lock, but they should be able to clear it. Not convenient, especially not for Shin without a bow. That kind of might make it a little bit tougher.
Yeah, no bow, no safety item. Kind of a really dirty, vitreous fight. Shin using some hammer strats here on Moth until he decided to go up onto the spikes. Grid dropping into Cold Stare. Yeah, Grid wisely again, he's going to pop this potion.
Yeah, you got the safeties, might as well use them. Can always flute back to the potion shop and get more potions if needed. Got plenty of money.
Yeah, very nice job there by Grid, though. Got a couple of splash damage hits on the puffs to maximize that Fire Rod usage, and it's crystal number 4 for Grid as Shin picked up number 3 in Skull.
So how much damage does the Fire Rod splash does it do? Is it like the same amount as the actual Fire Rod hit?
I think it is. I believe so, but folks in chat could feel free to correct me if I'm incorrect. I believe it does. I think it's just whether or not you can get it to hit and register damage on multiple puffs at once. But to answer a question, chat, Bombos is in Hype Cave, so Grid is about to pick that up. One bow is in Ice Rod Cave, and the other is up on Spectacle Rock. So Shin got Pearl off the dam, did Mini Moldarm Cave, and then went back up the mountain, whereas Grid followed Mini Moldarm Cave to Ice Rod Cave and picked up the bow.
Alright, so we're going to be seeing a Meyer play here. And Grid is okay. That's actually pretty good. It's gonna route in all the East Death World, East Dark World checks. So got Pyramid Fairy, Pyramid Ledge, possibly Catfish, Pod. I'm gonna think probably doing Pod after. So this is a good combination of checks here.
Yeah, it's a good job by Grid being able to combo these things like this. Pyramid Fairy, especially in this situation with so much available, feels like something that could fly under the radar. Yeah, but this is one of everyone's favorite kind of seeds. Ice Rod Hunt could be anywhere. But not Pyramid Fairy today.
Okay, it looked like a fairy in a bottle. That's actually not a bad thing. There's actually a good safety.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially since both players did have to burn that initial green potion in Ice Palace. Picking up Burna in Meyer is definitely not a bad thing, especially with Shin's layout right now.
Alright, so we have Grid. Gonna be looking through Pod. I would think probably just gonna full clear the place.
Yeah, if I was in Grid's place right now, I would definitely be hoping for the layout that could let me get to Elmasaur immediately and then come back in if I have to, particularly following that fairy pickup. Yeah, it's a Bowlock pod at that.
Oh yeah, okay, so Shin's gonna be correct not to go to Pod. It's gonna have to stay away from there until go to Ice Rod Cave.
Yeah, really the best case scenario for Shin is probably spiking mirror somewhere. Mostly because that Ice Rod Cave play is just something that it's very easy to say I put it off early. I still have a lot of other options. When it's pretty vital, unless he comes away with mirror at some point for that other bow.
Yeah, definitely not gonna want something like Helmasaur dropping the mirror. That would be probably like the worst case scenario here.
Oh yeah, that's that's probably cute. Yeah, that would be incredibly awful for Shin. There's really no way to understate it. That would be pretty awful. Doing a good job, Dark Mire. Has it been nothing but smalls since that first heart there for Grid? Since he's checking out the vanilla big key chest, my guess is yes.
Yeah, I think it's just been that one heart container. Yeah, it's just all small keys so far. Otherwise.
Should making use of that Burna to do a lot of damage on the smaller eyes here of Vitreous. Does have additional potions, or at least something else in his bottle. He picked up 2 more than Grid has thus far.
Might have a fairy if he's not using the potion, because this is a 1-hit KO range.
Yeah. Very nice hammer strats, though.
And I don't know if that was 2 items out of Mire yet. I think I might have only counted 1.
Yeah, the only one I absolutely saw was the Cane of Burna. Yep, Shin's heading back in.
Okay, so that might be all the small keys already found in pod. It's just I think a compass and 3 items.
Yeah, brief pause from Grid there might have been just doing maybe a quick refresher look at a dark map.
Yeah, it's very easy to get lost in here. I mean, once you get lost, you get caught in a corner and just not sure where you're going anymore, and then it doesn't feel too good there.
Yeah, whenever I play, regardless of how many times I've done this, I still have the dark room maps up just in case. Sometimes you just need a quick little glimpse at it, just to remind yourself, oh yeah, this is these 2 quick turns, and then it's muscle memory. Much better than, as you noted, like diving into it, then all of a sudden you're like, wait a second, how did I get caught here? And where is here?
Okay, so Helmasaur does have that last item. Mire was empty. The cutscene chest had the other item, which was just 10 arrows. And okay, so we got a Spike Cave check. Which, this is fine. You got Cane of Burna, got potions. It's not an issue here.
Yeah, nothing there. Grid setting up the death warp there in the pod maze. Definitely tougher without lamp though. That's one of the major downshots of trying to set up the death warp in there. You gotta find those Kodongos, hope that they cooperate with the fire.
Okay, here we go. Here we go.
Yeah, Shin's not gonna like this, but it's going to be a major saving grace for him in this seed.
I mean, to be fair, I don't think he's really lost that much because most of what he's done hasn't really been bow locked anyway.
No, you're right. The major issue could have come if he had started to dive Eastern and Pod without that bow.
Yeah, but I think he probably is the one who likes to try to fight Mirror to try to stack both together. But it doesn't look like that's going to be the case here, so yes, you're just going to take out Eastern first. You can just flute back and go into Pod after.
Yeah, that's a very good point too. The mirror served a dual purpose there too. That knowledge of the bow can be a blessing and a curse. But also, yeah, the ability to tie these two dungeons together. And Eastern had a really nice layout too for getting through it pretty quickly. Nice job there in the Dark Turtles room by Gridasham.
Yeah, so I don't think so far. Well, Eastern, I don't think had any. Well, I had red armor upgrade. That's about it. And so far, nothing in Pod. A bunch of heart containers. Let's see what Helmasaur has.
Yeah, the dungeons themselves have not been terribly helpful.
I'm trying to think if anything even has come out of dungeons. It's been pretty much all misses.
Yeah, I don't remember actually any real progression.
I mean, that's Quake is fine, but we know that's not needed.
But it is crystal number 5 on the board for Gridasham.
Probably could be a Meyer play for Grid next.
Yeah, wisely going to put something in the bottle beforehand. That's good foresight right there. Positive for Grid is he will head into this with arrows, or a bow, which Shin did not, although he is low on arrows. Shin having a little bit of trouble with that second Igor in the dark room in Eastern here.
Oh, he's out of magic. That's why. Because I think you can just light up the room, make it a little bit easier.
Yeah, this Igor just will not go down. Shin is back to a half a heart. Oh my goodness.
They finally got through that room, looking like it.
And just don't walk into anything.
So I think he still has that fairy in the bottle, so it's probably not as big an issue.
Yeah, there are a couple hearts here in this room. They will remain in that room.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's got a fairy in the bottle because you would have probably
You
picked
hope-
up those hearts.
You hope so at this point. There you go, okay.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure he would have picked up those hearts if we had nothing left. I mean, that's probably not a big deal for him. He's probably just gonna end up putting a blue potion in that bottle anyway.
Crystal number 5 on the board for Shin, so he's likely going to, again, follow Grid's lead to Pod. As Grid makes his way through Mire here.
Yeah, this is gonna end up being pretty even, I would think. Once they kind of converge, it's gonna be. What do they want to do next? Do they want to try mirrorless Smith chain? Do they want to start dipping pendants? I mean, maybe desert probably shouldn't take too long to at least take a quick look there.
Yeah, it's really intriguing, especially because, again, they are Ice Rod from Go mode. Not logical Go mode, mind you, but Go mode for them.
But it's of course it's going to be like you find everything else, and then you just of course it's got to be the Ice Rod. That's just it's like you'll never find it.
I mean, depending on how they feel, I would, in Shin and maybe even Grid's position, consider being aggressive with Turtle Rock.
Yeah, mirror. Yeah, there's no restriction on that. It could be a GT, which actually wouldn't be a bad thing here because it would take out Swamp. You wouldn't have to look in there for anything.
Yeah, it would take out Swamp, Pedestal. If there's no item on land mode, then that wouldn't be anything you'd have to deal with.
I mean, there's no pet check yet because the worst scenarios you got Ice Rod on Ped.
Although in some ways, I guess I would say that would be preferable to the worldwide Ice Rod hunt. At least if you were able to know about it.
Yeah. So it would probably be something like, if you want to stretch it, it would be like the mushroom. Ice Rod on mushroom. If you want it to be really bad, because then you won't know. You won't know what to do with that mushroom.
Grid has made it through the switch room here in Darkmire. Yeah, the second dark room with the shooters. There we go.
Yeah, I mean, you can see just how tricky these dark rooms can be. You got really not much of anything to guide you. You really have to out well, and even then, a lot of the runners many times still get lost because it's not hard to get tossed offline a little bit.
Yeah, Grid looked like he was trying to utilize some spooky action there. Either lost it or just couldn't hit the spots that he needed.
Yeah, there's no pet check yet, but mushroom would probably be like one of the worst things to see there because it's just you don't know what to do with it.
Yeah, that power, yeah, any kind of fetch quest. We've already seen the shovel, but
And Grid didn't pick up that cane of Burna, so it's be a little bit trickier here.
wait, Grid went to cutscene chest but didn't do the torches room.
Not even sure how much he did of the left side. He might have just because the big key was basically a godmire. So
Yeah, no, he went to cutscene.
And he didn't do the chest above. Okay, that's weird.
In chat, they're noting that he might have it on his tracker, so he might have actually picked it.
Yeah, I just checked on his live stream. Yeah, he does have it. Because I would think usually you go up and then go down into the cutscene.
Yeah, Shin's trying to set up for an easier death warp, because we did see on Grid's side how hard it is in that dark maze without the lamp. Fortunately, with these enemies and their fire, the red mail doesn't actually matter here. Yeah. Grid did finish off Vitreous. That's crystal number 6, and now he is on the Ice Rod hunt. So I believe we've seen a few more things on Shin's side that we haven't seen from Grid. But it looks like Grid is beelining it to Turtle Rock here.
Yeah, he's just gonna... It's like kind of like go mode minus Ice Rod and just hoping maybe like Laser Bridge has the Ice Rod.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely the best case scenario here. And it wouldn't surprise me if Shin was to follow suit here after Pod.
Now, if something like Mimic Cave has Ice Rod, that's really bad.
That's pretty awful, especially if Mirror is not in Turtle Rock, yes. Because then that is probably last of last locations.
Yeah, so I'm trying to think overworld checks. Let's see, Smithy Chain hasn't been done yet. I don't think Hobo has been checked yet. They checked Waterfall Ferry. And then any mirror checks, obviously can't do right now. Maybe they're hoping to get some better weapons here, because outside of that sword extra sword at the very beginning, there's not been much. No other swords. Don't know where that mirror is, and if they don't have a third sword by some point, they may have to consider taking a little detour for that, for those silvers whenever they find mirror. Oh, well, never mind. Never mind. So there's the mirror. Okay, so now that is, you can get all the way down to the back of TR. No sweat. It's like I just mentioned, in like the next second, the mirror just pops up out of nowhere. And that Yeah, again, that might not be the best thing to see because that now opens up. Well, it doesn't open up swamp yet. You still need flippers. Nice Helmasaur kill on Shin's end, getting that Quake. So that's going to be crystal number 6. So tied up on the crystal count. And let's see if Shin will follow suit into TR, which may not be a bad idea with that mirror.
Yeah, I think especially with that bow location and when Shin got to it, I think he's probably going to make the aggressive play here. But I could be wrong. We got a flute out, and I'm wrong, so...
Okay, looks like just buying more potions. That's okay, because I had to use that in Mire.
Yeah, and as you noted, there is that prospect of the Master Sword Silverless fight. Obviously, we have found that mirror. We do have access to those silvers.
And yeah, it's like Shin will be following suit into TR. If nothing is in TR, I would assume they're just Grid's just gonna go pick up those silvers.
Yeah, those silver arrows are in a kind of awkward spot here. I would definitely presume, though, if the players have to head off the mountain for Ice Rod, that they would loop them in on their way to come back to TR. If Ice Rod's here, though, that's really awkward because, I mean, that's go mode. You can head straight to TR, and you lose that portal if you hop down and mirror for the silvers, so...
Yeah. You know, I'm kind of curious where this lamp is.
That's a good point.
I don't even know where it is at this point.
I mean, it could just be somewhere as simple as mirrorless smith chain smile. Everybody
yeah,
loves that.
Yeah, because I don't think anything there was all the items you got. I don't think anything was fire locked in any way.
No, not really. Yeah, I mean, lamp. It's noted in chat. Lamp could be in desert. We got that. We got that book very early.
Let's see, desert. I think. No, swamp. Don't know yet. Don't have flippers. I think Hera basement is still there.
Yeah, it is. I believe.
Maybe fire rod locked.
Yeah, but I believe they got that fire rod in logic. So.
Well, scooping up half-cost magic on Laser Bridge. I mean, that's you're not going to turn that down. It's kind of not what you need, but that's actually always helpful to have.
Yeah, so Grid's gonna immediately put this mirror into use here.
Might have thought maybe doing Smith Chain, just loop all these checks in. Oh, he probably might do a desert. I mean, what could be doing a dip in the desert here. Nope, not what you're looking for there. Okay, checkerboard cave.
Yeah,
And
leaning a little bit here into these like one-off checks.
If Ice Rod was just like sitting in the open in like desert, I'm just oh okay.
Oh, good. It's a mushroom. That's what we were hoping to see right now.
Just gonna turn that in. I almost was thinking about fake powdering that, but just gonna turn that in.
Oh, okay. Well, it's just that easy.
Okay, so
Oh
I
my
was actually
gosh.
right on the mushroom, the ice rod, but it just wasn't
Oh
mushroom
dear
on
goodness.
pedestal.
Yeah, but at like 1:10:35 or so, that is de facto go mode for Gridasham. We are not going to find the lamp in the seed, and yeah, Grid's gonna. I think this is absolutely the right thing to do.
Yeah, just go up.
Snag these, yeah, snag the silvers here, and just, go the slightly longer way to TR.
Yeah. This is gonna save you a lot of headaches in case you don't find another sword. I mean, for all we know, it could have 2 swords in swamp.
Yeah, and even if there are swords in Ganon's tower, you are a little bit at the mercy of the key layout too. This is the playoff. This is the playoffs of this tournament. Players are not going to be taking forever to go hunt for swords.
As long as you have a master sword, they're gonna complete it.
Yep.
Pretty sure master sword silverless. I'm pretty sure most of these runners are into brackets should be able to do that. Yeah, so the ice rod was, so you had to dip TR. This is a required double dip of TR because you had to get mirror, go do checkerboard cave for the mushroom, and turn that in to get your ice rod. I mean, that would have been really evil if Pedestal had that mushroom.
Yeah, for certain. Because that would have effectively ensured a full clear of the seed from both players. But yeah, doing those quick one-off mirror checks there on Grid's side paid off. Looks like Shin's going to aim to get those silvers right now.
Yeah, because in this seed, I don't even think we needed to dip pendants because desert was never touched. Swamp, we still don't have access. No idea. I mean, swamp. The flippers have to be outside somewhere. And then Thieves Town, the front four didn't really have anything.
Yeah, pendants were very rare. Oh, Shin's gonna give us Hera basement check too.
Oh, he would probably not want to see flippers here. That would be a awful thing.
That would be a special kind of awful, really. Grid back in the dark platform maze of TR. Your basement is just 50 rupees.
Okay, so at least I didn't add any more value there. Yeah, looking like shit. We'll pick up those silvers really quick.
Let's see where Shin opts to go first, and this is the best possible result if he does go immediately to checkerboard.
Yeah, he's got that mirror out. Let's see. And yeah,
The
looks like there's one
question,
to the back there.
one question I guess would be whether he immediately turns in this mushroom or also opts to give a look into desert. But I do think that there is that key point for this seed, logic-wise, of we still haven't found those flippers and lamp that are logically required to beat it. So you would figure that ice rod's later in the logic chain here. And yeah, Shin's gonna turn this in, gonna get his ice rod. But Grid has just done a very nice job on Trinex for crystal number 7. So that is the gap here between these two players, is finishing off Turtle Rock.
All right. Yeah, so 7 crystals for Grid on his way to GT, and seeing some numbers in the chat. So trying to figure out where is that GT big key. And we've got looking like 1 through 22 checks, all of them available. So I've got another maybe about a minute or so. Do guesses in chat here.
We have a specific location too. Rando room top left from Josh Bittner.
So I'll just throw in my guess of 6. Fairly early. I mean, this seed's been somewhat generous with the items.
Yeah, just don't go into the dungeons. They've got nothing.
Just for you, yeah, I think only TR might have had had that mirror.
Yeah, mirror, and I mean, you'll take the half magic for sure.
Yeah, so Eastern had nothing, Hera had nothing, Pod had Quake, which nothing, Skull, Ice Palace, Meyer, yeah, all of them had nothing. And literally, it was just TR that had anything useful.
Yeah, Meyer had Berna, and that wasn't logically required for anything of significance. The two players got their sword, what, like 5 seconds into the game? We haven't seen another one since then.
Okay, looking like full right side play here. Okay.
You don't see that too often.
Now, say Bob's chest has the big key. I almost would think he would maybe take a look down Ice Armos, get a few more checks, and see. But with silvers, you might just climb and just check the chest at the top.
Yeah, I think at this point they're both thinking Master Sword Silver's fight. And this seed has been fairly straightforward in terms of the items being available in the overworld for the most part, but there are a couple little trip-ups where I think both players probably feel like they could have been a little bit later to things than they were.
Okay, so let's check 10 with nothing. Would be kind of a feels bad if the torch has big key. So...
Oh.
Whoops. I forget I said that one out. Whoopsies.
If you guessed 1, you might have been right if if Grid had gone there first, but it's 11 instead. It's 2 1s. It's two of them.
Yeah, if he goes left first, well, anything in the... He's gonna keep going to get... At least check the density here.
Yeah,
Nope,
Doubtful's
nothing
room
there.
I can
Yeah,
definitely see.
Yeah, probably not gonna start climbing up. So that was check 11.
And crystal number 7 for Shin. So again, yeah, if Shin heads left first, he's gonna be able to make up some time. Grid obviously still has a pretty solid lead though.
Yeah,
But
so we have a couple minutes at least.
That
So I'm
big key was about worst case scenario there for Grid with the with the path he chose, unfortunately for him.
Yeah. So I'm looking at 11. I'm just looking just for fun to see who gets that. Look like a Jacob US with only one to guess 11 here. So congrats.
Good trying to use Burna in that crystal spike room. You can kind of get away with it on the right side, but on the left side, it loves to re-trigger the crystals.
Let's see which way. Yeah, okay, that's gonna look good here. He's probably thinking of like Dark Magician strats, which probably won't need to do that. So that probably got back at least a couple minutes. So still got a potential race here. You know, only Master Sword on Ganon is never friendly.
Yeah, Master Sword climb itself is not always super easy.
I don't think the margin is that much right now.
Yeah, it's definitely slimmed greatly. It depends on how efficient Shin can be here in this gauntlet. Grid did a very solid job. Had a couple rooms in which the RNG was not super kind to him. Shin using some hammer strats here. Very efficiently done.
Yeah, good thing they picked up that half-cost magic. It's, save a little headache in these rooms.
Yeah, this is almost exactly a 1 minute differential between when Grid finished Land Mode 2 and Shin.
Yeah, it's pretty much just a minute here, and okay, yeah, definitely checked all the chests on top here. So a minute, that is, I mean, again, the first Ganon Phase 1 and 2 can easily change that around.
Shin taking a fall off that platform there. Nice job by Grid. Those hammer strats on Moldorm too. And there's nothing to be found on the climb.
No swords anywhere, so trying to easy place would be like swamp, pendant swamp. And right now still have no access to it, so you may as well just stash swords in there. Could
Yeah,
put one on pedestal, have a sword maybe.
Oh, I mean, there's a lot of fun places swords could be in this one.
Mirror lock checks, smithy, any of the pendant dungeons. Yeah, green pendant is also there. Tile room.
Yeah, we didn't see Rando room either. Fire snakes, firebar room. Some pretty nice patterns here for Aga 2. Good job by Grid.
Got through that Aga 2 pretty nicely. Going on to facing Ganon, at least you got silver, so that phase 4 is not going to be a pain.
Nice triple there to start from Shin.
And oh, he's gonna go get the health. That's gonna be a bit of a delay there. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm not sure did Grid burn his potion on the climb?
Not sure. I mean, that's just wanting safety, but man, is this gonna get close now. Let's see. So entering Ganon at landing at 14. Let's see. This is probably not gonna be like more than 10 seconds, 15 seconds here.
Yeah, it got tight fast.
Yeah, it's under 20 seconds now. It's just whoever can hit phase 3 here faster.
Yeah, no cape for either, so they can't do any real strats when they get situations to potentially get those double spins pinned against the bottom, like here on Grid's side. Grid has to be very careful. Yeah, oh, it does have a blue. But yeah, it's
Kind of a little bit bumpy for Grid there.
Grid is also only on blue mail to Shin's red.
Yeah, because I think it's, what, 3 hearts per back hit. I think Shin might only be losing 2 per hit.
Yeah, and Shin does have multiple potions in reserve.
Yeah, I think he bought at least 2 blue... Oh, boy. That's not good. I think he bought at least 2 blue potions. Oh, boy. Yeah, that's not a good time there to take a game over. And there it is, phase 3. Shin has rallied back quite nicely here.
Yeah, very much so. And again, especially with, picking up those silvers, Shin could be aggressive. They are not really worrying too much about burning the potions with half magic and silvers. You don't need that much for phase 4 here.
Yeah.
He's got a good setup for a double, maybe.
Don't know if he got the... Oh, this could be good here. One double. This should be good enough. There we go. Alright, Shinmaru taking down Ganon. Get your GGs in chat for Shinmaru finishing off this race. getting past that little 1x3 bridge. We finishing with a time. Race time, GG time 1:28:54.
Yeah, that was a wild finish to this race.
Yeah, that really just swung back and forth. I think, honestly, I don't think either side really had that much advantage. I think maybe Grid got a little bit routing ahead, but most was mostly even. And then Shinmaru just kind of that really tight performance at the end there.
Yeah, I think Grid was, having that early bow, although it didn't change that much, it allowed Grid to prioritize the crystal dungeons a little bit earlier than Shin. That's where he built his advantage. But yeah, Shin ran him down there at the end. But both players played exceptionally well in this race. Did all the dark dungeons exceptionally well.
Yeah, pretty much made all the right checks. Didn't get tempted by pendants. I mean, Desert, neither one dipped. Thieves Town, if not just the first 4 checks. And then against Swamp, we don't know if it was no flippers.
Yeah, and as Jawsome sauce notes in chat, Grid going right in GT, and the torch just the big key being on the torch was a big time swing back to Shin and allowed him to close that gap pretty significantly.
Yeah, that was at least 2 or 3 minutes or something just on that. And then I think Shin had a slightly better climb because he closed the gap some more. And then I think Grid went to get some health refills. That closed another, like, I think 30 seconds off. So the Ganon fight, they're like 20 seconds apart.
That is the 4th Silver Arrow and Ganon on Grid side. Get your GGs in chat here for Gridasham. I mean, again, this is just game 1 of this best of 3 series. Heck of a race for both players. Gridasham going to finish in 2nd place today with an official race time.gg time of 1:31:27. And we'll see if we can get the 2 players in here to chat about this one.
Yeah, that's, the little time differential, it shows just how much Ganon, especially if you only have like a Master Sword, that's just how much things can swing around. And or just anything GT routing and all that easily can swing by minutes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Alright, so Pedestal had nothing. So yeah, probably just Swamp probably had your other 2 swords. We'll just leave it at that. That's just to taunt the players. It's like you just will never find the sword since you find Mirror so late anyway.
Yeah, that mirror was really the one thing that was a little bit inconvenient in this seed. Obviously the ice rod coming off of it as well, but everything else, the players, I mean, we saw that early game was ultra stacked. Dark World access was really, really free. All kinds of Dark World access. But yeah, we are joined now in the booth by the winner of today's race, Shinmaru. GG, Shin.
GG's.
And we're also joined by Gridasham. GG's Grid.
Thank you. I was laughing because I was saying to myself, founding this ice rod, this is such a gamma play, such a luck sack. And I was told to myself, well, let's do the right of GT and founding this big key. Yeah, okay. And dying on Ganon, it's, well, not okay. But that was a real jet seed if you took the right decisions.
If you don't leave your bow in Ice Rod Cave for 10 million years.
Yeah, that was the main differential early in the
I
seed.
felt so bad. I was like, dude, if this ice rod is free, I am so dead. Like a billion times dead.
Well, I don't like let's go some of the early checks, and the Ice Rod Cave is one of them. Founding almost everything to do all the dungeons was not fully okay for my mind, because I was saying to myself, oh yeah, that's cool. One item, another one, and finally I was in the Dark World Access. I wanted to have the information about both medallions, and after that, just a little bit of luck sack, as I said, because going to ice, and then I don't remember where it was Bombos, but
it was just in Hype Cave.
Hype Cave. Oh yeah, I did Hype Cave quite late, but after that I was Mire and Turtle Rock, and as I said in the race time, founding the mirror, I was said to myself, go outside, because it's too obvious that the ice rod won't be there, and I didn't do that. So
yeah, I mean, I didn't do it either. I was like, well, I really don't want to climb the mountain again. But as I got to the end, I was like, dude, I'm never saving this portal in a million years. It's never happening. Like, Hera Basement was my only attempt to do it, because I thought it was reasonable that maybe you didn't do Hera Basement. I mean, maybe you did, maybe you didn't. I thought it was like reasonable to assume you didn't, though. But then I got silver. Then I just got silvers, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not saving this portal ever. And I just got lucky. Literally the first thing I checked led to Ice Rod.
Yeah,
because I think if most of the progression was just in the overworld, because dungeons basically had nothing. I think only TR.
Nope.
I mean, Meyer had Cane of Burna, that's just for safety, but TR is really the only thing with that mirror, and then half-cost magic was actually nice to have. But otherwise, everything else was just sitting out there in the overworld.
Yeah. All the dungeons had was my bad gameplay. That's pretty much it. Eastern Palace had a whole lot of that.
Yeah.
And the pendants, Desert never got dipped. Thieves Town, I think, was just front 4, and then Swamp, we don't even know where flippers are. Yep. So they're just somewhere.
Out of curiosity, did Gridasham find Lamp? Because I sure didn't.
No, I didn't. Didn't search it, because I'm quite okay with the back rooms, so it's okay for me.
Yeah, it'd be really funny if it's in like Pyramid Fairy or something. That'd be pretty hilarious.
It wasn't in there. It wasn't.
Oh, Grid checked that.
Oh, he did check it. Okay, well, that's sad.
Yeah, because I'm trying to think. So there's no
could be behind one of these other mirror checks, I guess, too, because the mirror was just in the front of TR.
Probably just going with Swamp at this point, because Swamp for 2 swords at this. Yeah. Might as well throw him in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was an interesting race for sure.
Potential jet seeds are just so stressful. Like, I was just like, thanking God. Like, oh, thank God for this stupid ice rod, because it was just free. I might as well just forfeit.
I really hate those ice rod hunts, because it's pure luck for me, for my eyes, because you can go one way to another, and it's all the time 50-50, and I really hate it. But that's life. At least it's best of 3, I guess. I don't remember.
Yeah, best of 3. Unfortunately, we do have to wrap up because there's another match coming
No
through.
worries.
But
GG's again to Grid. Thanks again
Thank you.
for everyone for the restream. It's fun. I'm sure we'll be discussing when game 2 is.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you for the restream. That was kind, and good luck for the other one.
all right. Yeah, I think that's all I have. Pixcalibur, you want to take us out of here?
All right, so again, thanks to Shinmaru, Gridasham for a great race. Very close, just kind of a back and forth in a way. Just got down to the wire, that GT Ganon fight. Saying GG to both of you, and expecting a great game 2 whenever that comes up. So again, thanks to co-commentator Start 2942. I am Pixcalibur, and we'll see you guys in the next race.